All right, and hello everyone. Welcome to Public Relations Strategies and Tactics. My name is Kelsey Stewart, and I'm going to be giving you guys just kind of a brief run through of public relations strategies and how to implement them. So, in the world of public relations, the backbone of every client relationship is a strategic plan that encompasses what your client is trying to achieve and how public relations can help support their overall goals. The most critical step is creating a comprehensive plan to set shared expectations and define measurable results. A plan that is concise and effective holds three main components: an objective, followed by effective strategies and tactics. So, the first thing you want to do is set the objective. We want to keep it SMART, which is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time oriented. You want it to be conceivable within 1 to 2 years and also aligned with the client's company goals. So here's an example. An objective is something that is tangible, a real reality for your client. So when we look at 1 to 2 years, it's something that's not going to take a week, it's not going to take a month, it's going to take a little bit longer than that ideal time frame. You can have certain goals that'll take shorter period of time, but the actual objective should be a year-long kind of strategy of assessments that you can measure and that you can really set a goal for your company. So ideally, you want to offer your client two objectives, one for the company as a whole and one for the communicative strategies. This helps to make sure that both are aligned. So one objective of an example would be the Moorpark Reporter Public Relations Department recognized by small businesses in the community as a viable, affordable, and effective marketing option. So the objective is the Moorpark Reporter is a student-run digital newspaper at Moorpark College. So the objective of this kind of goal for their public relations department is to outreach so that they're actually known as a public relations standard for small businesses in their surrounding community. The business objective would be that small businesses would increase readers and they would also seek advertising opportunities with the Moorpark Reporter. So there's a goal to build and enhance the public relations department at Moorpark Reporter, as well as create existing relationships with the community. We have some strategies. So strategies, these are approaches used to achieve these objectives. So when a PR plan typically can involve anywhere from 3 to 8 strategies, depending on how complicated the objectives are. So if the objectives kind of are twofold, and you have one for the company and one for the client, or one for the business and one for the department, one for the social media outlook, and one for the company as a whole, just depending on what those objectives are, the strategies are going to match those. So you want to make sure that everything is kind of full circle, right? So the strategies will focus on the action though. So they're going to explain how and why you are taking that approach. So one example of a strategy from the objectives we listed with the Moorpark Reporter would be to increase network opportunities with small businesses by offering 1 free month of public relations marketing teams. And the second one could be include prices for different levels of MRPR. So that would be like the branding image, which we'll talk about in a little bit, in ads, posts, and highlighting 1 month free. So these types of strategies would be applied to 2 different objectives. So the first objective would be Moorpark Reporter's kind of community awareness. So you're building almost the brand name out. And the second one would be increasing that brand awareness. So the MRPR, which is the Moorpark Reporter's public relations, would be accepted as a public relations side, and then ads and posts from small businesses on their website would actually be because they have clients. So they're being effective in their public relations. So how are they going to do that? Let's talk about tactics. So these are day-to-day kind of tips and to-do lists that will help get the company closer to meeting its objective. So each tactic should answer the question, what is the next step we will need to take to achieve this strategy? The day-to-day activities that are implemented by the PR team to carry out each strategy could include researching surrounding small businesses that may need help marketing, arranging a meeting for the MRPR students and the small business owners. And the third could be preparing a digital media kit for the potential clients. So these are steps, these are vague. So if it was kind of like a daily thing, then you would probably have number one expanded a little bit more, number two expanded a little bit more, number three expanded a little more. The idea is that these are going to be viable options for your team to do, and you would have, if you were the program leader, then you would have this step-by-step process for each team member every single day. And that might just be researching their current marketing analogy, researching their social media, figure out which small business needs it the most, and then start figuring out ways that you can help them out. So we want to put that strategic plan into action. So what are you trying to achieve? How do you plan to do it? How are you going to measure your success? You want to make sure that when you get your objective, you have it and it's viable. It's viable for you to do, or your company to do. And then you want to take your tactics and you want to take your strategies, and you want to make sure that those align with your objective. And then the tactics are organized enough that no one is lost and everyone is understanding what the main goal is. So objective, strategies, tactics, all full circle. The objectives umbrella, the strategies umbrella, the tactics, and everything just kind of makes sense and pulls everyone forward to the next step. So when you talk about measuring your success, those will come with tools that you will probably use to implement your social media marketing, which we will talk about in another lecture. So, okay, thank you for tuning in, and please let me know if you have any questions.